This is the Roulette Master, and I've got a cool video for you today that's going to make you think about mathematics and roulette and how it can help you. So last night I saw the movie Jerry and Marge Go Large. For those of you that don't know what it's about a couple that beat the lottery by using math. And I'm going to show you today how you can use that math to win more at roulette. And I want to challenge all of you to come up with something based on the math that I tell you about in this video. So, and also you should see the movie with Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening, Jerry and Marge Go Large. There's also a good 60 minutes on it as well. But I'll tell you a little bit about them first. It's about a couple that figured out that since there's a windfall on certain lotteries, that if they buy tickets at a certain time, when the windfall happens, that they can't lose. And at the beginning of the film, it doesn't work, and they don't win. And I want to tell you why. And the reason is the law of averages. So Bryan Cranston, the main character in the movie, figures out that you have to buy over 10,000 tickets before the law of averages kicks in and you have the same numbers on both sides, which would mean in roulette, if, for instance, you wanted red and black to even out, it wouldn't happen until a very large sample size occurred. And when you play martingale or strategies where you can bust, you don't have a large enough sample size for that to happen. So I'm going to tell you of a system that could work with this. Also, I want to talk to you about the size of your bankroll. So I think one that could work with this is Lenny's system, which is 2 up, 1 down on 2 12s. And the reason why is because you don't reach the table maximum. That's going to be really important to get a large sample size. That is because if you get a bunch of numbers that are not evened out, you can easily bust with other systems where you reach the table maximum sooner. So with Lenny's system, the 2 12s, some of you probably have seen this many times, but let's go ahead and do it. I want to show you how it stays away from the table maximum. Okay, when you lose, you just go up 2 units. So you go from 10 to 30. But see how we're only going up $20 on losses? The key here is that we're not going to reach the $1,000 table maximum. You can see we're already up $10. And by going 2 up, 2 units up when you lose and 1 unit down when you win, you're not going to get near that $1,000 table limit. Now, you could get down as much as $2,000, and that's what I want to talk about next. In order to have a large sample size, you're going to have to play for a long, long time. However, you could get down as much as $2,000 or $3,000 playing this system if you have really bad luck. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you have a large enough sample size of something like this, eventually it's going to come back. The question is, do you have enough time and do you have a large enough startup fund to make it through until it does come back? So there's another loss, so we go from 10 to 30. So that's why playing martingale would not work with this idea, because you're never going to get a large enough sample size. You're going to bust eventually before you get that sample size. So we're up $50 now. And it doesn't matter which of the 2 12s you play. There's different ideas on how to move it around, but the odds pretty much are going to be the same regardless of which 12s you pick. We're up $60 already. But like I said, you could get down a lot if you had really bad luck, and that's why you need the law of averages, which isn't going to kick in until you've played for a very, very long time. So what I'm saying is that you need a large enough startup fund, so if you did start down $2,000, that you would have enough money so that you would not run out, is what I'm saying. Okay, the table maximum is the important thing, because once you hit the table maximum, like in Martingale, guess what? You have to start over, and you can't go any further. Okay, so right now we're up $80 with this. But what I'm saying is, if this started out very poorly and we weren't up like this and it escalated and just kept getting worse, you would have the table maximum. I mean, you would have the amount of money in your startup fund to keep playing and keep playing, so that you would eventually get the law of averages on your side. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. If not, let me know down in the comments. So this is working out pretty well today. We're already up $100, but that's why you would want to use a system like Lenny's, which is something that's not going to reach the table maximum for a very long time. And you can also think about your starting units, which I'm using $10 here. But practice first too, because that's what apps are good for, is practicing, so that you're ready when you get to the casino and you've practiced it. So that way you can get a feel for, you know, how big you want to make your bets, and you know how long it does take you to reach table maximum. Okay, we're up $130 now. Okay, so we're up $130 right now. So what's my challenge to you? My challenge to you is going to be, and we're going to increase to 30 here again. My challenge to you is going to be to come up with another system that takes advantage of the law of averages. You can see now we're losing a few here, like that will happen in roulette for sure. So now we're going to go from 30 to 50. But yeah, I'm challenging you guys to come up with another system that would take advantage of this. You can see here we lost 3 times in a row. Now we're going to go from 50 to 70. So this is why you need a large startup fund, and you need the law of averages on your side. Okay, so when you win at you can see that was a $70 bet. You're just going to go back 1 to 60. Then you're going to work your way back down. But what if it's not working its way back down? That's why you need the large startup fund and patience and time. We won there at 60, so we go to 50. You need the time to get it back, and you need the money in your startup fund to get it back. So very important things. But today's video is about the law of averages, and definitely go see that movie as well. It's pretty cool to see how they beat the lottery, and used math to do it. Okay, there's another win. Then we'll go from 40 to 30. Back 1 when we win, 2 forward when we lose. Okay, we're up $200. So I'll close the video off there. Again, I want to challenge all of you to find another system besides Lenny's that will work with this law of averages, that you can play for a really long time if you need to, if you have a large enough startup fund. And also comment below, how big do you think a startup fund needs to be? And you know, obviously, the more, when you're playing a system like this, and you're using the law of averages, you want a huge startup fund. I would recommend 3,000 just to be careful. If you don't have that, 2 is pretty good. But what I'm saying is, if you got into a really bad run of a system like this, you might need even more than that. But if you did have an unlimited startup fund, or a good amount, and you had the time on your side to wait for the law of averages to even out, it should come back to you. The problem is when we lose or we run out of money, that before things even out, then we go home a loser. So think about that. And again, I challenge you to come up with another system and share it with me on something that would utilize this. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, guys.